Hey guys, Jason and I are here just to chat with you briefly for a few minutes about the upcoming holiday season. So during the month of November, typically we have some type of promotional deal that we do here to get new athletes in the door right around the time of Thanksgiving. And then usually we do another promotion right around the first of the year, where in the past we've given out these little cards. They've been kind of shaped and colored in a way to look like gifts for you guys to be able to give those to your friends, your family members, your colleagues, and get them into our doors to try a class for free, to try a week for free, or to try a month for free, to come in and just kind of see what we are all about here at Share the Burden. And I was talking with Jason the other day about sometimes when people hear the word CrossFit, they're immediately turned off. And that can be for a myriad of reasons. Sometimes it's what they see on the television, sometimes it's what they see on YouTube, and got a bunch of like really jacked dudes walking around with their shirts off and a bunch of women in sports bras and booty shorts. And we need to try to find a way to try to get past that, to get new members in our door, to get past that kind of first original barrier of entry. And I asked Jason to just chat with you guys here briefly for a few minutes today about some things that he might have, some suggestions he could offer to kind of break down that barrier to get new people into the box.
Yeah, guys, I think one common thing that Justin and I have talked about over the past year is just growth with the gym. Obviously, knocking down the walls, and we made the gym bigger, more equipment. We kind of adapted to the growth of our membership. But I think that growth also comes from different things. I think number one, Justin does a great job with our programming as far as growth goes. And I know we have a lot of athletes that have dropped in different places in different CrossFit gyms. And I don't think there's any right or wrong way to coach and program CrossFit. But I think for you guys, when you start to invite friends in and get past that whole, whatever their thought of CrossFit is, like what is the value that our gym kind of has when we get them through the doors? And I think first and foremost, for me, it is the intentional programming that we have. I think we do a really good job of focusing on both strength and kind of the agility. Every Metcon that we do always has a stimulus, and we're always trying to hit those. And I think for a big part, you look at our community and everyone gets the same stimulus in the workout in the same time domain. I think we do a good job of trying to stress that where we're not having, a class of 18 and 10 people are finishing in 10 minutes and the other half are finishing in 20 minutes and everyone's just kind of waiting. Usually our time domains, if you kind of take a peek at the whiteboard, it's typically within, I would say, 2 to 4 minutes of people finishing at the same time. So and we have so many athletes have different ability. I think to add on to that is just what we do as coaches is we're able to scale down to fit that athlete's ability. So when you're talking to a friend and saying, hey, you should come out and try my gym, try my CrossFit gym. Oh, I don't want to do that CrossFit stuff. Don't talk to them about CrossFit, but talk to them about, the fact that we can meet them kind of where they are in their fitness journey. If they want to come in here and they need to kind of blow off some steam and move and just feel better, we can do that, If we're doing heavy squats or we're doing thrusters or we're doing wall balls, we can scale something just simply air squats and we get the same stimulus that every athlete is getting. So just talking about scaling and getting them in here, understand that I think the absolute number one, and everyone that drops in, people that have joined our gym, I think they've joined for our community. There's value in the program, there's value in the space that we have. We've built a great gym here. But the community, it's you guys. It's the fact they come in here, and I don't think a stranger, if those of you that have been to other CrossFit boxes around wherever they may be, and I've done it. I've walked into a gym where you just feel a little kind of out of place. And I don't think that's the case there. I don't think anyone comes through our doors, whether they are just dropping in from California like we had today, or they're your friend. I don't think they ever feel out of place or intimidated. But it's that benefit that if you can provide them that value of what we offer here beyond the CrossFit name, I think that's going to, get them through the doors and kind of see that, and if they get them to enjoy that, they're going to get a lot out of that.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah, we just wanted to just kind of put the bug in your ear today for what's coming down the pipe. Our lease is up next summer, and we're going to have to make some decisions. Is this a place that we want to stay? If so, we're going to need to make some changes. And we've been wanting to kind of revamp that check-in room, that cubby room. We've been wanting to do some different things in this little storage area over here behind the ski ergs. And finances is one of the things that we're gonna have to look at to make those things happen. So we would appreciate it for you guys over the course of the next 2 months if you could help spread the word about Share the Burden CrossFit.
Yep, and I think too, you look at that growth, like, adding new equipment. We're fortunate. I think we have great cardio equipment. It's an expensive piece of equipment to get, but at some point, those things have to be replaced, and those things are going to have some wear and tear. Or, better yet, we could sit here and say, 6 months from now, a year from now, we've grown so much as a community that we need 2 more skiers, or we need 2 more rowers, or 2 more bikes. I know that's probably the one thing no one wants to get, but having some more equipment, having some more barbells. I mean, we've had classes now where we don't have enough female bars, so being able to get some more female bars would be great. But again, all that kind of comes down to what can we do to make sure our membership is increasing, make sure we're meeting the financial goals. And honestly, I think for us, and just agree to stay in this place that we've kind of built and call home now, not to have to shift and go to a different place, but everyone is comfortable here in what we do.
To do some of those things that we were just discussing with Jason, we are definitely going to need you guys' help, especially here as we finish out the last couple of months of 2025, which is unbelievable to even say that we're in November of 2025. But our goal, and we are believing that it can happen, is to add about 15 new members here at Share the Burden. And that's really going to help us as a box continue to grow, to continue to invest in our space, to replace used equipment, to add new equipment. And we really believe that adding about 15 new members to our roster here at Share the Burden is going to make those things happen. The other thing that I wanted to mention today is something that I try to do from time to time in my classes, because we get people who've been added over the course of the last few years. And some people may not actually know what our logo means. We will have been a CrossFit affiliate for 10 years this coming summer, which is absolutely mind-blowing to think about. 10 years this summer, and when we initially applied to be a CrossFit affiliate, I wanted to be M1128 CrossFit. And now that I think about it, it doesn't really roll off the tongue all that well. And when I applied, they actually responded and they said, hey, what's the whole M1128 thing about? And I said, well, it's based on our scripture, Matthew 11:28. Take up my yoke, for it is light, and share in one another's burdens. And when they heard that, they actually denied the application for M1128 CrossFit. And it really challenged me. God challenged me to think, how could we encapsulate the essence of that scripture and also build it into our name of our box? And Share the Burden came about. And that's one thing that I think you guys do so well. I think you guys could go to any CrossFit box in America. I think you could go to any CrossFit box in the world and they would all say, community is so important. And I totally agree. And I'm a little biased, and I know our coaches are biased, but I think we do it better than anybody else. When I hear stories of you guys talking with your friends, calling each other, texting each other, hey, where have you been? Haven't seen you in class in a while. How things are going. That really makes us who we are. It's also one of the reasons why your coaches, at the beginning of every class, they ask you to rate yourself on those 4 categories, right? Sleep, nutrition, stress, big one, and muscle soreness, because we're all going through things. Stress at home, emotional stress, psychological stress, work stress, and it's so awesome to have people that you can share the load with when somebody comes along saying, I'm thinking of you. Hey, do you need a meal? Hey, can I give you some encouragement? You guys do such a good job of that. And I'm coming to you today because we need some of our burden shared here at the box. For those of you that don't know, when we started, we were at a little hole-in-the-wall place off of Butler Hill and Lee May Ferry, and our rent was $1,400 a month, and it was amazing. And then a few years later, we made the decision to move into this bigger space, which definitely gave us a lot more space to play with. And our rent bumped up to $2,400 a month. And then about 2 years ago, it's wild to even say that, but a little over 2 years ago, we knocked down a wall. We knocked down a wall. If you guys haven't seen it, go back on our social media posts a few years. We had a big wall right here, and none of this space down here on this side of the gym was open and available. So we added close to 1,000 square feet. And when we did that, our rent increased again. And over the course of the past 3 years, we just haven't had the type of growth that we need as a box in terms of membership to continue to pay for this space. And so we're asking for you guys to come alongside us and help in sharing our burden. So I'm gonna put something up on the screen. This is gonna be our new pricing structure that's gonna be implemented on November 15th. So about 20% of our membership base gets billed on the 15th of the month, and about 80% of our membership base gets billed on the 1st of the month. So what you're seeing right now on your screen is our new price structure that's gonna go into place starting November 15th. Now, one cool thing about this new structure is Wodify has actually allowed us to build in a feature that's never been there before, because we've always charged like 2 classes a week, 3 classes a week, so on and so forth. And if people are traveling, or they're on vacation, or they're out of town for work, or maybe they're sick or they're injured, they don't get any of those sessions to roll over. So not only is our price increasing November 15th, but we're gonna implement something that's gonna allow you to spend your classes wherever you want. So if you know you're gonna be going on vacation at the end of the month, in theory, you could use all your classes in the first 2 weeks of the month, which is awesome. So instead of doing 2 classes a week or 3 classes a week, we're gonna have 8 classes a month, 12 classes a month, 16 classes a month, or unlimited. And you guys will be able to spend those however you see fit during the time of month. Now, before we put this video together, I looked out at a lot of the other CrossFit boxes in the St. Louis area. And I looked at their pricing structure, and you're gonna see some of those start to show up on the screen right now. So we looked at CrossFit Arnold, which is just down 55 from us. We looked at Extra Mile Fitness, Extra Mile CrossFit. We looked at Bar X. We looked at CrossFit Achieve. And we also looked at CrossFit Happy Streets, which is just a couple of the boxes, about 5 boxes in the St. Louis area, to see what they're doing in terms of their membership pricing. And you're gonna see that ours is very competitive. In fact, most of the CrossFit boxes in the St. Louis area charge significantly more than even what our new pricing structure will be. I wouldn't be coming to you guys, I hope and pray that you hear my heart. I wouldn't be coming to you guys if this wasn't something that we needed. I love working out here. I love getting to train here and see you guys and work out. Our other coaches love the opportunity to be here and work out. This is something that we're very proud of. But if we can't make these changes over the course of the next couple of months, if we can't add some people to our membership, and we don't implement this price increase, we're not gonna be able to keep the doors open. We're not gonna be able to keep the lights on. Our rent now, from when we moved in here, is actually $1,600 a month more than when we first moved in here. On top of the fact that our insurance rates have gone up, electric bills gone up, and the CrossFit affiliate fee has also increased. And unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure why, because every year we do a Thanksgiving kind of deal with get your friends in here and your family members. New Year's, we do that. We've done several bring a friend for week options throughout the year. And for whatever reason, we just can't seem to grow past that like 60 to 65 member rate. And if we can't implement this new pricing structure and we can't get more people into the door, we're just not gonna be able to keep the lights on. Our lease is up in August, like we mentioned before, and I'm hoping and praying that you guys are gonna come alongside us and help this to work. We wanna make sure that everybody in here has an option to get out of their agreement. Some of you only commit for 1 month, some of you commit for 6 months, and some of you have been amazing and have committed to us for a full year. But if the new pricing structure is something that you want to change or something that you feel like you can no longer move forward with, please let me know. Send me a text, give me a call. I'd love a opportunity to talk with you guys about this. Please let me know by November 15th. And even if you're locked in to a new rate, we will allow you guys to get out of that, even for those of you that are on your new membership. We know that some of you guys have been with us since the very beginning. We still have 3 or 4 or 5 people who've literally been here with us for 10 years, which is absolutely amazing and absolutely mind-blowing, and we are so grateful to you. We're just hoping and praying that you too will also make the decision to stay with us here at Share the Burden.